Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My gosh, you guys are at it already. You're in there so quick tonight. Let's have a look at who's come in line. Julie Sharp. Wow, is there anybody out there? And I don't mean aliens. Julie, welcome to the show. Kaz, good to see you. Welcome to the show, Kaz. Lynn, welcome to the show. Let's have a look on further down. Gupta is here. Davy Jones is here. Gosh, quite a few people already in the room. Welcome to the show. And I'm behind as usual because this family is forever running behind. It's our daughter, well, I say our baby's daughter. It's Maya's. She's 17 tomorrow. She's the baby of the family, and she's 17 tomorrow. So we've had a bit of a busy day today, and I got in the door literally 20 minutes ago. So it's been a bit of a busy day. Gupta says, how do I book a private session with you? I emailed you. All right, I didn't get your email. I'm so sorry for that. Let me just get up and just see if you got the right email. Let me look at that right now. That one going along the bottom of the screen right now. That's the email to email me on if you would like to book a private session. And yes, you can book private sessions, or you can go through the website, which is just paulfrancis111.com. And of course, the best thing to do, Gupta, to save yourself a fortune, is to go online and become a member on the Patreon. Okay, it would be actually financially better for you to join Patreon than it would be to book me for a one-to-one. You'll get tons more, which includes a one-to-one. And depending on what level you sign up for, if you sign up for the highest level, for an example, you get 4 one-to-ones in a year, and you get 2 family group sessions, all inclusive in that cost. So it makes sense to go across and join up on the platinum level or the gold level or the silver level of my Patreon site. Way cheaper. How much is the range on the Patreon? Well, it starts at £5 a month, literally £5 a month, and that gets you in the door, and you get the seminars that I do for the Patreon site. And then you go to that's from bronze level. So you go to silver level, in which includes a one-to-one. You go to gold level, includes, if I remember, I'm doing this off the top of my head. If I remember, the gold level goes 3 one-to-ones, 2 or 3 one-to-ones, and then the platinum level is 4 one-to-ones. Definitely, you can pay it monthly, so you don't have to smash out a big pile of money in one go. My advice is definitely go down that route. You get more one-to-ones for your buck, and it works out the same price as a one-to-one read. So definitely go down that route. So my baby girl is 33. I have a baby girl. She's my oldest baby girl, and she is in that range, 31 next birthday. So you're 2 years ahead of us. 2 boys herself, and they'll always be our babies, no matter what. Now that stands the case. That's a really good draw into tonight's show, because that stands the way for our moms and dads who've gone upstairs. We're still their babies. We're still connected to them in the same amount of love that they had for us while they were here. And that's another reason why I'm kind of, people say you're a bit too bravado about what you do when you're doing the paranormal investigations. And I just think, well, clearly you just don't think, because my mom and dad would have protected me here on the earth. Neither in spirit. They're in an even stronger position to be able to protect me. I'll tackle anything. But you wouldn't cross my mother ever. If there was a war zone on, you send her into the middle of it, it'd be over, because she grabbed the 2 ringleaders by the ear and dragged them out. Irish lady, obviously, you can tell, red hair, 5 foot, actually smaller than that, 4 foot something. And she would have just grabbed them by the ears, come and banged their heads together and said, get this sorted out. And they would have, all sorted it out. But my point of the matter here is, with all the joviality to one side, is they still look upon us as their babies. So remember that. Doesn't matter how old you are. I got reminded twice today, twice, of my age when I was in specific premises. Oh, you're such and such age, so therefore you can have such. I'm like, excuse me? And he goes, yeah, but. And then one guy looked at me and he went, you're of a certain age now that you can have all this and this and this. And I had a certain age. And he goes, yes, sir. I keep forgetting that I've turned 60. I keep forgetting. My body thinks I'm still 30. My brain thinks I'm younger than that. There are times when I get up in the middle of the night now, when a call of nature falls upon me when my age rushes from 60 to 90. Anyway, all to one side. Sarah, sorry, Gupta says 1-to-1 on a silver one. Whatever you choose, buddy. Whatever you choose, whatever you think you want to get out of it, my friend. Like I say, the silver one will get you, I think, one-to-one inclusive, as well as all of the seminars, the teaching, and percentages off merchandise and all this, and that and the other. And then the gold one gets you, I think, three one-to-ones, one of which you can gift to somebody else as a gift. And then all the seminars and all the teaching and all the merch and discount on shows and events and blah blah blah. And then the best one is platinum, though. That's the one that'll get you literally everything and get you in. When I'm doing events, say I'm doing an event near you, you will then be my VIP guest at the event. So makes sense. Sarah Vinikum, hello. Sarah, I saw a picture of you. I saw it really fleetingly. I'd sat down for a quick cuppa with the family and, glanced at my phone. And it was with, I think it was yourself and one of your grandchildren, and it's their birthday. And I thought, what a beautiful picture. What a lovely picture. It was, I never got really, I was so busy today. There's Maya's birthday tomorrow. She turned 17. I can't believe it. Johanna goes, oh, well, So I remind Johanna that her baby turned 20 last week. Her baby. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I said, we were sitting in the car today and Maya said to me, that picture you put up on me on Facebook. I said, no, I didn't put a picture up. I said, that was one of those, where it churns up. She goes, oh, like a memory thing? I said, yeah. She goes, Dad, did you have to okay it? I said, baby, I look at that picture and I fall in love. And she goes, that was 11 years ago. And I said, I know that. I said, but you think about that. That was 11 years ago, which went. And she goes, yeah, you're right. I said, and you're only 17, and that time went whoosh. I said, imagine what it feels like when you go from 17 to 60. It goes, doesn't go whoosh, it goes, I got there, and it's, all of a sudden you're 60. So I said, so live life. So she's gone out for the night with her sister and their pals, and they're just going to go and have a bit of a chill. So I wasn't going to say no to that, but anyway. Darian, welcome to the show. Vanessa, welcome, my darling. Welcome each and every one of you. It's each and every new. Now, I'm not too sure which of you in the room tonight, but I have an energy working with me already. It's a lady, and I don't know whether it's a mother or a grandmother, but I'm getting a pink line, which means maternal connection. All right. Now, it's important that you understand that when I see symbolisms, the symbolisms connect for me really rather than you. I know this sounds a bit weird, but it's my symbol system. It's kind of what I call psychic shorthand. And the symbols are for them to help me so I can get the information better. So I'm getting a pink line, which means maternal connection. I don't know whether it's a mother or a grandmother figure, but there's a birthday in and around now. Okay. So either we've just come past the birthday or there's one just about to come up. But I've got a mother, grandmother figure who's coming into me and she's tapping at her wrist. So either the person in the room tonight has her watch, or she's just telling me that she crossed it. Because I always say, who are you? Who you connected to? How did you cross? And they always, sometimes they do that, which means to me, it's simple for me to say, it was just my time. Okay, so I get it. So the crossing was, a coroner would put down natural causes. That so they do that for me. They point at their wrist, which means it was just my time. Like that. So it's important that I say to you guys that as somebody in the room tonight, it's a mother, grandmother figure, it's a maternal connection, and their birthday is in and around now. And I'm hearing the name Margaret being shouted. Marge, or Margaret. So remember, when I come out with names, it means who they are, who's with them, or please say hi to. Don't automatically assume this person's crossed. Who they are, who they're with, please say hello to. There's Margaret, Marge, Margie, that kind of a name being shouted in the background. I don't know why I'm getting the number 10, but just as the number 10 came in, the name Joseph was shouted out in the background as well. So be aware that I'm speaking about that. Hey, Vanessa, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Excuse me 1 second, folks. Oh, throat was drying up there. Now, Gupta, you asked me that before. Is my dad or anyone around in spirit around me? Now, because you're new, I'm going to be gentle with you. I don't respond to that question. If you want to coax energy through to speak with me, then you need to create energy. And how you do that is be more connected, rather than just go, oh, what's in it for me? That's both. Well, the spirit kind of feels on that as being kind of selfish. All right. So be more connected. So questions like, oh, can you tell me what happens when this happens, or what happens when they cross over, or does this happen in spirit, or be connected to the energy and create the energy, and then they can come together and make that happen. Dawn's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Watch yourselves. Lock up your sons. Every evening, peeps. How's everybody, and how are you feeling now, Dawn? Dawn, I'm about 90% better. This was a bad hit this time. I've had about 4 bad hits like that, maybe 5 bad hits like that since I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. But this one really, it felt like I couldn't even catch my breath. I had to lean up on all 4s just to catch my breath. It was really a bad one. In fact, I thought I had COVID. It was that bad. But hey, we're not looking back. We're looking forward. And I'm feeling tons better. And thank you for asking. Vanessa says, my granddaughter's birthday is on Saturday. She had a friend called Margaret. My mum's birthday is October, says Vanessa. Now, it's interesting that you bring that up, Vanessa, because that energy came in just as you came into the room. So I thought, when I saw your name come and I said hello to you, boom, and the energy came in. So stick with me, Vanessa. Your granddaughter's birthday is coming Saturday, right? Yes, so I could see where I could be messing up with the information. She has a friend called Margaret. My mum's birthday is October. Now, oh, gotcha, the 10. Gotcha. Bing, light. That's the 10. Gotcha. Because they put the number across the calendar for me, and then the number equates to either the month or a date within it. Hey, you clever girl. I was la la land then. Right. Oh, well, I could very well be with you, Vanessa. So I'm just opening up to let that energy work with me a little bit more. My mom's sister is called Margaret, and she was a Jehovah's Witness. And you said, Joe, and that's what we used to, let's have a look. That's what we used to say when she was a Jehovah's Witness. Gotcha. Wonderful lady and aunt. Gotcha, Sue. Yeah. If anniversary, yes, birthday anniversary, you've got one this month, right? We need to meet. Yes, of course we do, Dawn. Absolutely, totally, absolutely. Guys, if you've in the room tonight, I'm assuming we're watching through YouTube. It was, guess what? Last week, on Monday, guess whose fault it was? Yes, my fault. Apparently, I hadn't ticked the little bit where I'm supposed to. So when you go into this software, it says, right, where do you want to send this to? Do you want to send it to Facebook and blah, 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 blah? And you tick all the different places. And I didn't, or either I misticked it and it didn't take, but I hadn't ticked YouTube. And that's why I didn't go onto YouTube. So it was my fault. But I did say during the show, it's probably my fault. So tonight it should be on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, which I see quite a few of you are, please make sure you hit the like button. You've no idea how important it is to me. It really, really is very, very helpful for me, and is extremely helpful for the show. So hit the like button on the show, and please make sure you share. Make sure you share it out, because that's the only two ways they allow us to stay on YouTube. So you need to hit the like button, and you need to share the show, and you need to invite people to come in and subscribe, because we need to get it over 1,000 members, and we're on our way. We're well on our way. My mom went to her Auntie Margaret's funeral yesterday. I missed the read. Oh wow, okay, interesting. I think there's too much. There's too much information that makes it Vanessa's, I think. But I will read through. She's trying to talk to me now. I can feel the energy building around me. Darian says, do you see if the truth that I have been seeking will be revealed anytime soon? Well, I got clarity on something. Okay, I'm sending that up to my guy. And actually, the person that steps forward, is Chen. It's kind of fun. I'll handle that one. Right, okay. While I'm dealing with Vanessa, I can answer Darian. Darian, here's the deal, mate. I'm going to say this as I'm getting it, okay? So this is what's called verbatim. I'm not interfering with this. Is it the answers you seek or the clarity in the answers you want? That's what I'm getting, okay? Is it the answers you seek or is it clarity in the answers you want, which are two different things? So really important. And your number plate is X10. Wow. Also, mine and my brother's birthdays on the 10th. You're all fighting for this read, aren't you? What's the difference? Well, a massive difference if you think about it. So if you want clarity on an answer you've already created, you kind of want to hear that. It's basically hearing what you want to hear rather than hearing what you don't want to hear. That's probably the best way to describe what I'm being told. Is it clarity in the answers you seek or clarity in the answers you want to hear? So that's a bit. But the whole idea of spitballing, Dawn, is that we get the answers to the right people. So you're doing it exactly right. Vanessa, if you're still in the room, I need to hear from you, sweetheart, because as much as I'm pushing to go elsewhere, I keep getting it pulled back to Vanessa. Okay. Ashley, my twin sis, gone, and my grandma, her name is Marvella. What a beautiful name. And nieces and nephews' birthday is all this month. Thank you very much for you guys, but I really, really, really feel I'm with Vanessa. I really, my energies, every time I kind of push it on to like other people, it keeps pulling back. So I'm going to go with what I'm feeling, okay? Vanessa, I don't know whether you're dealing with a wee bit of a medical issue of your own. I don't know whether it's medical or whether it's to do with health related, like, you got to watch out for your sugar levels. You got to watch out for your blood pressure, that kind of thing. I don't know, but they tell me to say that you need to be putting yourself first, and you do really need to get some advice. Okay. That's very strange. I've been thinking a lot about mom. Well, that's why you're getting a message, because your energy, when you're thinking about somebody in specific, your Gupta, your dad is around you. I've just been told, literally, and you can thank Vanessa's mom or grandmother because she's pulling him through. Okay. Your dad is telling me to do this, whatever that means. Like I want to clean your shirt. I want to do this to your shirt, but I'm being made to do that by your dad. But it's coming in courtesy of Vanessa's grandmother figure. Vanessa, the first thing I see is a bag of sugar. Okay, a bag of Tate and Lyle. That means to me blood sugar, blood pressure. That's what that means to me. Okay, but they're telling me to get advice. So it could be the reason why you're feeling a wee bit kind of out off center. All right, so it feels to me that whatever needs fixing, it's very easy. Okay, so it's either a change in diet, or getting rid of certain products. Do you know what, guys? I'm going to share something with you. I've been going to. I have to have surgery in the not too distant future, so I've been going to specific. They now bring you in for mental training for this particular surgery. And during that particular training, they talk about, the foods we eat and how we cook and which groups of foods that the body doesn't really like and the body doesn't need. And weirdly enough, as I've been starting to do what these people that have been training us have been doing, I've been getting healthier. I feel, weirdly enough, in the middle of all that is when I got that smack with the fibromyalgia, but I've come out of that quicker than I normally would. It normally takes me about a month to get back from a fibromyalgia hit. And I'm feeling like I would just a week and a half after it hit me, 2 weeks, which would normally take me a month to get to here. So, and we are starting to eliminate bread from our diet. Okay. And if we're eating bread that's freshly made that day and will be off by that night. So no additives into it. So when you're going to buy bread, just buy bread that's been made that day and will be off in 2 or 3 days. So the very, if any, probably no additives, but if any, there's very minimal amount. We've started eliminating like starchy foods, like we're cutting back on potatoes, we're cutting back on anything that creates starch and gluten. And you know what? I feel tons better. Drinking more water, eliminating dark drinks like Coca-Cola, because it strips your body of magnesium, which is absolutely essential to fight sickness and illness and any things of that nature. So cutting back on that, I cut right back. I used to have like between 8 and 11 cups of coffee a day. I now have possibly 3, and I feel tons better. So weirdly enough, it's easy. Just get up, make it happen. Vanessa says, I've had an ongoing problem with my foot. Gotcha. Well, what I'm getting is, I don't think number one, not a doctor. Don't listen to this idiot. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to diagnose. I can't diagnose. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. And I'm certainly not qualified. But I can tell you the symbolisms that are coming through for me. And it's not a diagnosis. It feels to me off-center. It's got something to do with intake balance. So it's either sugar, water, or a dietary issue of some description. They're telling me to talk about that. They're telling me to talk about hereditary illnesses here in the family. So either a family member, such as a grandfather, had gout or suffered with muscular problems in the lower part of his legs. So knee, ankle, foot area. Alrighty. She's trying to give me, she's trying to talk about, Vanessa, she's trying to talk about a name. that sounds like mine, like a P sound. So I don't know what you said, Pete, Pete, or Peta, or Petra. I don't know, but it sounds. Remember that I can be off by names, but I won't be off by the initial or what it sounds like. But it sounds like if I was pushed into a corner, it sounds like the Blue Peter dog, Petra. It sounds like that. It sounds very much like that. She's drawn me right back to what I would see as farmland. Yeah, I'm seeing like hay on the back of a trailer kind of a thing. But it's just drawn me back to, I would say, 40s, 50s, 60s time of farming rather than 80s, 90s and on and above. It's become a lot more mechanized. It feels to me old school farming here that she's drawn me back to. But I've got to talk to you, Vanessa, about walking. Right, you may find yourself walking in old shores. Okay, get your head together, Paul. Right, there may be a reason, or there's going to be a scenario coming up soon where you're going to be going into old haunts. In other words, you're going to be like walking in areas where you grew up, walking in areas where you were born, but there's going back to walk on ground where you have a fondness and a connection to. That when it comes up, you must take. Okay, don't put it off. So when the option comes up to take it, take it. Because if you don't take it, there will be consequences afterwards. And the consequences are, oh my God, they've what? Such and such has passed? Oh my God. The reason why I don't understand that was I was in Ireland visiting my cousin and my aunt and uncle, and my cousin's mother was local to where we were, and I didn't get an opportunity to go and see her, but she passed 3 days later while I was in Ireland, and I thought if I had only just taken that extra half an hour and gone and said hello to her, I would have been able to see her and say hi. And I'm getting that memory. So you are today. Oh wow. Okay. Well, guess what? That means she's walking with you. That's what that means. Alrighty. She wants me to tease you with either tickling of the arm or tickling of the hand. So I feel like I'm tickling your arm or tickling your hand. And she's telling me to say, watch out for the butterfly. It's her calling card, apparently. She keeps going on. Oh, right. Petra was your sister's dog. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Well, guess who's got Petra? Yes, that was a dog, by the way. That was not my tummy. That was one of my dogs. I've got that. Both of the boys are here with me right now. Right. No, definitely not PT. It was definitely Petra. That sounded like Petra. I thought it was Pete, and then I heard Petra, and then one of the Blue Peter's dogs way back in the 70s was called Petra, and I saw that, so I got it. Petra was my sister's dog that passed. Oh my gosh, right. Well, she's coming through well, strong. She is. I'm supposed to tell you that that everything's returned, whatever that means to you. Everything has returned. So her health is in 100%. Her brain is 100%. Her eyesight is 100%. Her hearing is 100%. She is absolutely, totally, and utterly 100%. Her favorite time is around 36, 37. So she's telling me to say she's that. When she was around 36, 37, when she was at the height of her life, whenever she had everything she needed and everything was going well for her, it's around 36, 37 years old. That's who she is. Okay, it's important to share that with you. You're in your mom's old apartment in Spain for the first time on your own. Well, Vanessa, sit back and you're not on your own. Okay? And don't be afraid to say, not during the show, of course. Well, you never know. But don't be afraid to say, hey, mom, if you're here, let me know. Okay. Because if it was her apartment in Spain, then she's going to be visiting her apartment in Spain. And when I say you're going back to familiar ground, then you're in her house in Spain, kaboom. Guess what? She's with you. What does dusting off my shirt? I have no idea. Gupta, that it's from him to you, not him to me. It feels to me that he wants to smarten you up. He would be kind of like telling you to wear better or get clean your shirt, or it feels to me of that nature. It feels that he's coming across like a dad to me, like he's going to smart yourself up, put on nicer clothes, smart don't be wearing clothes that are creased. I feel that I'm going like that, clean you up. I need to clean you up. I'm hearing that it's not the first time he's told you to stop looking behind and start looking forward. Okay? You really, really need to listen. He's not the only one apparently telling you you need to go forward, not backwards. Holding on to the past will only anchor you in the past and will inhibit your whole persona in moving forward and gaining. Okay, you're just inhibiting yourself from moving forward. So you need to do that. One of the things that I tell people all over the world is if you want to honor, now listen to me, now not just Gupta, but everybody else. If you want to honor those who have crossed, then be the best you can be here, now. All right. There will come a time in the future, let's hope when it's a long distant future, that you will meet up with them again and you can look at them in the eyes and say, I lived my life. So imagine, Gupta, if you want to cross now, how would you look at your dad in the eyes and say, well, I missed you? And he would say, you didn't live your life and I need you to live your life. Okay. I understand now why Vanessa's grandmother or mother is bringing him through, because there's a similar thing with you, Gupta, as with Vanessa. You will be walking on familiar ground. Okay, so either you're going back to visit where you grew up or where you were born or where your dad grew up or where he was born. I don't know. But there's a visitation of familiar ground around this. Okay. So tell me this, Gupta, why is your father showing me newspapers here? He kind of wants to open a newspaper like this. So he's showing me like newspapers. Either he's connected to newspapers, he wants me to talk about the newspapers being significant. Or journalism, I don't know. But the newspaper he's holding it like rattling it as if to get my attention. I don't know whether he's saying your sister or his sister, but he's saying sister. So I don't know whether he's referring to your sister or his sister. Okay. All right, just gotta go. Okay. Ashley, those butterflies. Yeah, the symbol of change, positive change. Oh my God, the butterfly. That's amazing, Paul. Oh, please explain, Vanessa. Please do explain. Everyone that knows me, my things are butterflies. Ah, gotcha. So the butterfly is her calling card. Like I have a robin or two robins now. I have two robins turn up, and then I know my mom and dad are around me. So her calling card for you will be the butterfly. Give the puppies a rough and puppies. Have you seen the size of these monsters? Let me just show you. Let me show you. Okay, Shad. He's only a puppy. Come here. Oh, say hi. Hi. Come here. Shaddy, here. Come here, boy. Come on. Come on. Hello. That's Shadow. Okay. Shadow sits on the ground. Yeah, still yeah. He sits on the floor and his neck is above the table. He weighs about 5 stone. He's a monster. I get that every morning. Sometimes I go flying back out of the kitchen backwards. That's Shadow, and then we got Storm. And we Stormy. You say hello? Come say hello. Come say hi to everybody. Come on in. Come up. Say hi. Come on. Up. And this is Storm. The other one was Shadow. This is Storm. Good boy. I love you too. Down you go. Go ahead. Go and have a rest. That's my boy. That's Shadow and Storm. Jose, welcome to the show. Oh, by the way, I'd like to say a very happy 4th of July to all my American followers and fans. I hope you have a fantastic day. Independence Day today. That's the only way I can remember my daughter's birthday, because it's the day after Independence Day. Not sure about the newspaper. Both sisters are significant. Well, think laterally, because the newspaper means something. He wouldn't just bring it up for the heck of it. So think laterally. So he wants to talk about something about the newspaper. His sister's coming over to your house in a few days' time. That's why he's shouting sister. That's proof that he's with me, okay? Because how could anybody here know that his sister is coming to your house? And that's why I said, I don't know what he means, his sister or your sister. But if his sister, i.e. your aunt, is coming over to visit you, then you need to say hello from him, even if she doesn't believe, okay? I got my mom a butterfly wreath when she passed. Proof that your mother is here, my darling, okay? And I'd like to say thank you to your mother for helping bring through Gupta's father. And they do that. That's where they are on that side. Over there, there is no such thing as pride. There's no such thing as, it's like gentleman lady, and they want to help each other, and everybody works out of their works around helping each other. Okay, for example, if somebody comes through and they didn't have anybody in the room, and they go, "I've got him, come on," and everybody will come, and then they'll filter through that one person to get to people in the room, and that's the way they do it. Right. Yeah, they are beautiful. They cost a fortune to feed. More than any teenage boy, trust me. Yeah, they are. They're beautiful boys. They are. They're absolutely gorgeous. Oh, our 2 dragons. The 2 dragons are, yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're happy. They're happy. When we move house, I'm going to be having such fun. I'm going to build them a huge enclosure where they'll be able to climb trees, because they are in their where they come from. They actually climb trees a lot. So, Shadow and Storm are fabulous. Thank you so much. Paul, I just want the pure truth without any bias from my side. Hey, Darian, listen, I can only give you what I give you. I can't make them say anything, and they won't say anything because they won't lie. Okay. But the way I'm getting it is you only want to hear what you want to hear and not what's being told to you. So if somebody tells you something, it's like I used to get people who would come to me for readings, right? And they come to me for a reading, and then they go for somebody else to somebody else to somebody else to somebody else to somebody else until they heard what they wanted to hear. Okay? And we call that psychic bouncing, or jumping from medium to medium to medium, until somebody would just tell them what they want to hear. Whereas I won't. I'll tell you what I get and nothing different. So what I'm being told is you're being told what the information is, but you're not getting what you want to hear. So, and I trust my my guide implicitly. There is no, if he says that to me, I don't think twice about it. Boom, you get it. Wacky Jackie's in the house. Good evening. Christopher James. Chris, good to see you. Paul, what are your dog breeds? Oh, they're both German Shepherds, both purebred, registered German Shepherd boys. They're two giant monsters, actually. They're German Shepherds. And we also have a miniature Schnauzer. But Shadow and Storm are two purebred. I was going to say Crofts, but I've forgotten the name. Kennel Club registered pure breed German Shepherds. Not expensive dogs. Jackie, how are you, my love? Good to see you. Good to see you. I was looking over at a newspaper a month ago for a job, but that's not really significant. Think about it a wee bit more than that. Either you were looking at the newspaper and you connected to your father in some particular way, but hey, listen, the information's yours. Parasola, I don't know on this. Happy 4th, Parasola. Welcome. I don't know what Dawn Ashley saying when I'll find a rental soon. Yes, we know that Roger's doing well. Faye talks to me pretty much every other day, and I make sure I check up on him on a regular basis. And he seems to be improving, so he's doing pretty good. They're pedigree, Vanessa. Yeah, they're pedigree dogs. They're pedigree bred, and they're not very far down from a wolf. But whatever breed the dad was, he was very big and wolf-like. But anyway, they're both German Shepherds. Darian, that's up to you, boy. You have to. Spirit's not here to live your life for you, mate. I don't want to be rude to you. I'm not going to be rude to you in any way. I'm not going to be condescending. But they're not here to live your life for you. Okay, that's your job. That's your job. Beautiful. That's what they look like. They do. Actually, wherever he is, Shadow is gone now. Shadow is what's referred to as a blue. He's a blue. When he was born, he had blue eyes, and his fur was like a bluey grey color. And he's not his fur is more like wolf-like. He's really, really thick-furred, whereas Storm is very. We say Storm is the handsome one, okay? And he's like Houdini. He can get out of anything. And Shadow, we say Storm is the brains and Shadow's the brawn. And when I hear Storm talking, I hear, "Oh, hello, how are you?" When I hear Shadow talking, it's that's what I hear. I have an inbred broken Rottweiler. That sounds like it's in bits. Come on, Jose. Or German Shepherds, actually. Yes, that's why they were called German Shepherds. And you break it down, German Shepherd dogs. That's what they used to use to shepherd sheep and whatever else animals. They're very, very, very intelligent, ridiculously intelligent. If you've come and joined the show tonight, thank you very much for being here. I really, really appreciate you being here. But please, it's really, really important to me. It's important to me that you smash that like button. Hit that like button on YouTube. And it's important you share the button. And if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe. Why? There's over 800 and something subscribers. And I'm only getting 5 or 6 likes. That just doesn't make sense. So come on, guys. Smash the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit it now. And don't forget to share the show. It's really, really important. We have to get the numbers up over 1,000. We have to get the like buttons hit, or they'll stop us being able to come and do the program on YouTube. So let's make it happen. Anne-Marie says, liked and shared. Anne-Marie, thank you and welcome. Thank you very much for being here. That's hilarious. But it is kind of, we all look at at Shad, and he's like, and he just wants to play and bounce around. And he, when he runs out and he jumps up and he hits you with these two paws, it's like getting a sledgehammer in your chest. He's a monster. He's a giant. And Storm is like, look at me, love me. That's what he's like. Love me. Take my good side, you know. He's looking at me going, I don't speak like that. John Smith, good evening. Amory says, I have a Chihuahua, but I love German Shepherds. You know, I've always had smaller dogs, you know. So the biggest one I've had was like a Labrador, but a small Labrador. So I'd never had giant dogs like these two. But you know what? They're just two big bears. They're just literally two big bears. They're beautiful. They bring so much love into the family. It's untrue. PMSL, I won't say it out loud, but everybody understands. Like Rottweiler steak. He's a big teddy bear and not the rabid, vicious dog from Cujo. I can imagine. Whippy Whipper's in the house. Good evening, Whippy. Good to see you. And good evening, John Smith. It's nice to have everybody here tonight. Where are we time-wise? I can't believe. Gosh, the hour's nearly up already. I can't wait for you to meet Bruce and Ollie. Ollie speaks like is the attitude of Lord Farquaad from Shrek. Yeah. John Smith says, Paul, how do you connect to the spirits? Right. It's kind of an open-ended question, but let me try and answer that for you. Good question, by the way. Thank you for posting it. Right. How do I connect to the spirits? Initially, it wasn't through choice. I didn't set out, didn't wake up and go to a meeting and say, hey, listen, I want to become a medium. How do I do it? From 5 years old, I would be able to see people that apparently weren't there, but to me, they were there. I didn't see any difference between people who were sitting in the room and people who were sitting in the chair. To me, there was no difference. There wasn't any glow. There wasn't any see through them. They were as solid to me as, my grandmother would be holding my hand. And I remember talking to this gentleman, and he was so kind, and his face was kind, and he had a big beard, and he sat in the chair like sort of almost regal-like, and he had his hands on the end of the chair, off the end of the chair like that, and he kept smiling at me. I can't remember what he said to me, but he did speak to me because my grandmother was saying, who are you talking to? And I said to the man, like that, and she was like, who are you talking to? The man, And it was about 3 weeks after that we were going through pictures, and I went, there he is, that's the man. And she was like, who? I said, that man there with the beard, that's him. That's who I was talking to the other night. She went, no, you weren't. I went, yeah, I was. That's who I was talking to. She went, son, that's your great Uncle Hugh. And I went, and? He died 20 years before you were born. I said, well, he was sitting in that chair the other night talking to me. So I didn't see any difference. So there wasn't anything that I did to set out to make a connection to spirit. So that's what I'm trying to say here. I didn't go to train to be medium, then connect to spirit. It just was there, In the olden days, John, people would have referred to what I do as sensitives. And every village had what's referred to as a sensitive. So people who are very super sensitive to the earth, super sensitive to connections to people, to animals, to nature, and obviously spirit. Every culture in the world has ways and means of doing what I do. Okay, for an example, the Native Americans would have had a witch doctor or a shaman, and they would talk about ancestors and great spirits. So it's kind of not like It's not new. It's actually old. And the thing about it is, it was bred out of us. It wasn't bred out of us, wrong words. It was scared out of us. Okay. If you do that, you will go to hell. I heard that on a regular basis. So during my time, it came and went like that. And then during the sort of mid 70s to late 80s, it kind of left me alone where I was growing up into the man I'd be. But in my book, the book is coming out later on, Walking with the Light, is you can clearly see that they were mapping my life out and I was following it, even though I wasn't being led, I was following it because they were putting stuff in front of me and I was being susceptible to that stuff and things were happening. So then, after a while, after being connected and hearing stuff and feeling stuff and seeing stuff, I thought, right, I need to sort this out. Am I losing my mind? So I went away and I did a bit of training. I trained with John Edward, and things went from out here to like that. And I thought, okay. And within weeks of training with John Edward, I ended up on TV with Colin Fry and Tony Stockwell. And when I finished that, I thought I need proper training. So I went and I was drawn to a lady called Patricia Sadler, who I openly say is my teacher. And she was very, very, very formidable. And she was, she was like a real strong headmistress kind of a person, kind of a teacher. Either you did what you were supposed to do or you were out to class. So I needed her because I was a bit flyboy, so she stripped off all of the fairy crap and focused me in to the point now that I can differentiate between my thoughts and the thoughts that are coming in. Okay. So how I connect to spirit now is I'm open to kind of thought flow. And when I see that thought flow, and as that thought is coming in, it'll connect my visual to somebody or something. So after training, you start to understand which is your brain and which is the brain they're working through. And you then they use the psychic connection, which is feelings. So you'll hear me say, they're making me feel this, they're making me feel that, or I feel this. All psychics use the word feel because psychics work from the neck down and mediums work from the neck up. And psychic mediums work together. So after a huge amount of training, it's more of an understanding of training out your perspective and understanding this. And John Edward taught me that the best thing that I learned was from John Edward. He said, you're the mailman, just deliver the mail, don't read it. And I use that absolutely. So there you go. Do you have spirit around me you can connect to? Now, that's the funny thing. I don't connect to the spirit around you. They connect to me. So a lot of people will say to me, like, for example, a friend of mine said the other day that had a tragedy in the family. And I said, okay. And they went, are you picking anything up? I went, no, I'm not. And I won't lie. I will not lie. This is too important. I said, send me a picture. And so when they sent me a picture of this particular person, I did get some connections, and that's between me and them. Like a doctor, I won't divulge anybody else's reading. But see, here's the way it works, John. First of all, you did the right things. You asked questions, so you're involving and building energy around you. So then your energies or your spirit family who are around you will connect to that, and then they can connect through me. Okay, should they choose to. It's not, don't let any mediums tell you anything any different than this, right? We have absolutely no control over who comes through, no control. And don't let any medium tell you different because they're lying, right? It's not like McDonald's. We don't pull up to the window and go, I want that one. Because if it was that easy, it'd be really, really easy. But instead, they use a lot of photographs, little pictures, thoughts, sounds, connections, or symbolisms. And out of all of that mess, I got to make a head and a tail of a message. All right. The late great Colin Fry. Yeah. Oh, funny. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to say the late great Colin Fry, because he and I had a first part of our relationship was cold. The second part was really warm. The first part, he and I fell out only because I told him straight what I thought about him, and I got kicked off the TV show. Well, that's all right. That's okay, because later on we met up again, and we became really good pals. So I've got 8 rescue dogs, says Vanessa. My God. And the largest is over 70 kilos. He's a giant as well. But I got 2 giants and 1 teeny. Do you have any spirit around me that you can connect? As I say, John, it's down to them to try and connect with me, my friend. And I'm open to all spirit coming through. My God, my good Lord, I dread to think what you were going through when we met up. Funny, I never even thought about it. Well, when we met and I was in that, I was fighting in that theater that night, Dawn. I never actually really told anybody, because when I came into that theater, the place was a mass with spirit. There were ghosts in there as well as spirit, and I could hear. It's like when you walk into a country pub and you can hear the different conversations going on. You can't really hear the words, but you can hear them. I can hear like the mumblings of conversations. And in that theater that night, I was working so hard to filter that out of my system. And eventually I did. So I was able to do, I don't know how many reads I did that night in that theater, but it's funny, I was thinking about going back to that theater. Quite enjoyed it. Davy Jones says, Paul, do you see the events and turns in my life leading to me achieving peace of mind financially and in relationship? Well, Davy, good question, first and foremost. Secondly, and I've seen this, and I've had this question pretty much every single week for my entire career, which is heading towards 40 years now. Okay. People want me to define their life for them, and no medium or psychic can do that for you. We can say, I'm seeing that. I've seen multiples of psychics, right? And some idiots, absolute total and utter idiots, who con people. Okay. They say, right, I foresee you in the next 6 to 8 weeks coming across a female, and the big connection is there will be a job offer. So in your head, over the next 6 weeks, you're going to be looking for a lady and a job offer. And guess what? Because you're looking for it, you're going to find it. Okay? Because you're looking for it. Not because the psychic was all seeing and all powerful bollocks. It was because they put the seed in your head and you committed that seed to becoming a plant, right? So, Davey, do I see your events in your life turning into achieving a peace of mind? I can help you with the peace of mind. That's not a problem, okay? That is really through will, meditation. I can definitely help you with that. The outlook of your life being achieving, yes. But it starts out as, if it's to be, it's up to me. Is destiny real? Of course it's real. If destiny didn't, but it's not all written in stone. That's my point. Otherwise, we'd come to this earth once, we'd live it as we're supposed to, and we'd go up and not bother coming back. But the reason we come here is like being in a university. We learn, we discover, we grow, and we achieve, and we teach. Okay? Now, we may not learn all of the lessons we need, so we go home and we come back. Okay? And we do it again. So my understanding are there are 7 levels, right up to 7th level. And you can come in, and I know new souls. I can tell a new soul a mile away, Okay. A new soul will be extremely selfish, very unconnected to the world. All right. Just deem that the world is evolving around them and works for them. Okay. That's really a lot of the sort of the makeup of a new soul. They just can't understand why everybody shouldn't jump when they click their fingers. That's a new soul. Um, so they'll go from that, and they have to learn a certain amount of lessons, and then they cross over, and then they come back and they learn the next lessons. Now, you can come in at level one and be in level one 10, 20, 30 lifetimes. Then you'll progress up to level two. You can come into level two 3 lifetimes, really progress up to level three. You could come into level three 100 times to progress to level four, and so on and so forth, to the point that you get to 7th level. And then at the 7th level, you have an opportunity of becoming a guide, because you've lived all of that and amassed all of that information and experience and history. You're then able to guide people. So that's what I'm hoping for next, anyway. It creates a false prophecy of most. What does, my dear Anne, what do you mean by that? Is destiny real? Destiny is real, but so is free will. That's real. Yeah. It's like I could set out a dotted line from where you are to fame and riches and everything you want. But the likelihood of you following that dotted line isn't very high. It's not very high, because things will be put in front of you, and then you have a choice. Shall I take that or shall I not? Okay. One of those options could be to take you towards the next dotted line, and one of you takes you away from it. And you might choose the one that takes you away from it because that's what you feel at that time. So destiny is real, but it's not set in stone. There you go. Right. I don't see them as new souls. I see them as empty souls. Well, new souls then, don't see them as new souls. Don't see them as empty. See them as a soul that's ready to learn. And, you know, a lot of these people who have, I call new souls, can be very hurtful. They can be very demeaning. They can be very condescending. They may come across as intelligent, often not. Our relationships fall into destiny. I think you need to be with specific people for specific reasons, for a specific time in your life. For an example, Johanna and I are both on this would be our 3rd marriage. Okay. But we had to be with the first 2 to have our beautiful children. I had to be with Sue, or else I wouldn't have had Rosie and Brandon. I had to be with Rachel, otherwise I wouldn't have had Madison and Maya. But now I'm where Johanna and I are both together. She had exactly the same as me, and we have never been happier. So I do believe you have to be with certain people for a certain amount of time to achieve gain in your life for both parties. But look at it that way. I always say to people, it's dead easy to focus on what went wrong in a relationship, but it's, you know, turn around and say, what did you achieve from that relationship, which is far more important. Also, I always say that when there's people in your life, like for example, a parent, maybe a grandparent or a brother, sister, or aunt, uncle, whatever, who may not have been that great around you. They may have been condescending, may have been pushy, harsh on you. I always turn around to them and say to them, thank you. Thank you. And people go, what the hell do you want to thank that person for? Well, they taught you how not to be. So thank them for that. Thank you for teaching me that. Thank you for teaching me how to be a better parent, because you showed me how a bad parent works. See? So look at what you achieved. Where are we time-wise, gentlemen and ladies? We have roughly 10 minutes left. So let's make this work, because I noticed the light is getting away from me here. My eyesight's gone, something chronic. What if we don't meet certain if you don't meet certain people in your life, Davey, you're deliberately avoiding them, okay? Um, because of our free will. No, you're setting up barriers where there isn't any. Okay, you're creating the barrier. Okay, if you're open to receive, you will receive. If you're not open to receive, you won't. It is that simple. It really, really is. Okay. If you don't want a particular type of person in your life, that will not happen. They will not, because your energy will be giving off, go away, stay away. And people pick that up. You can't tell me, Davey, you have not been in the presence of somebody where you meet them and you think, oh my God, I feel like I've known this person all my life. You've only met them. Or the opposite. There's something about this person I just don't like. That's the psychic connection. That's you're picking up on their energy and they're picking up on yours. So if the energies are both negative, that'll happen. Okay. But if you have that, don't be surprised why you don't meet people. Be open. Drop the negatives out of your life. Get rid of the yeah buts. Oh my God, get rid of them. Drop guilt from your life. Get rid of guilt out of your life. Tell yourself over and over, starting from today, tomorrow morning, midday tomorrow evening, say, I do not conform to guilt. I will not allow guilt to rule my life. I did, and it's amazing. Where are we? I think my mom was having a party with her family tonight. I wouldn't be surprised. Whippy says, "Don't I think things happen for a reason?" Yeah, I would say things happen around you for reasons. 99% of the times to teach you. I met a woman, and the next day I had a dream of watching TV with her sister. 6 months, I married her sister by chance. You didn't marry her sister by chance. You married her sister because you met her, and the both of you seen something in each other that you wanted to be connected to, and you wanted to be that was going to carry you forward. It wasn't anything to do with chance. Auras don't always gel. No, auras. Well, it depends on what you do with your aura. For example, Julia, in one of the training sessions that I'll be teaching on in my seminars on Patreon, is how to cleanse and clear your aura. So that's important to learn that as well. All right. Your aura can be tapped into. So what I do is I teach people how to, first of all, balance your auras, how to cleanse and clear your aura, and then how to protect. Okay. Right. Ladies and gentlemen of the world, we have literally 3 minutes. No, sorry, beg your pardon. 8 minutes left. So if you got any questions for me, then go ahead and ask. Right. I'm getting somebody. I don't know whether this is my guide, Philip, or I'm getting something shouting the name Philip in the background here. I have a guide called Phil. One of my guides called Phil. And I'm hearing the name Philip being shouted in the background. They tell me to talk about either the 9th month, which is September, or the 9th of a month is significant. So we got the name Philip. Remember who they are, who they're with, please say hello to. There's a connection to the September or the 9th of a month is significant here. And someone was also connected to the Air Force, because I'm seeing military connections, but I'm seeing wings, which means to me Air Force. And a Charles, Charlie, or a CH name. Chester, Charles, Charlie, Charlotte, I don't know, but there's a CH name here that they want me to acknowledge as well. And either somebody in the room connected to this particular person is either talking about moving or just about to move or has just moved, but there's movement of home connected to this. So it's out with you guys. Come back to me as soon as you can. Phil, my soulmate son, was in the Paris. The grandson is Archie, says Jules. Right. So, all right, I can see what you mean, Julie, about the wings. Yes, because the Paras would wear wings on their uniform. But this feels more Air Force to me. It doesn't feel, because the uniform is blue, not green, and I'll see green for Army. I'll see blue for Air Force, and I'll see the wee Navy hat for the Navy, or I'll see an anchor for the Navy. This feels more to me Air Force, to be absolutely honest with you. Can't take the Air Force, but my husband was called Phil. His middle name was Charles. That's very close. But there's definitely an Air Force connection here, Sue. So there's something about that I've got to really, really bring forward. I'm also seeing a Red Cross. So either they were connected to aviation in a air ambulance kind of a way. I don't know. What can you say, Davey says, I can take the 9th month of September and the CH name. Yet, tell me more. Where's the connection to the Air Force? Where's the connection to the Red Cross in some way? When I say a Red Cross, the way I'm seeing it, it means to me they were connected to healthcare or aviation and healthcare, or the air ambulance, something along those lines, or they were in the RAF, but they were connected to the medical evacuation of people, that kind of thing. But there's definitely a Phil name here. There's a CH name. There's a September connection, or the 9th of a month. And I'm seeing a Red Cross, and I'm seeing wings that connects me to a blue uniform, which means to me RAF or Air Force. And you need to jump on it, guys, and come back to me as soon as possible, because we're coming towards the end of the show. Any more information? Okay, the name William or Bill is being shouted as well. I'm seeing Bill Shatner, as in William Shatner, as in Captain Kirk. So either they want me to acknowledge Captain Kirk as being significant, Bill Shatner as being significant. Most likely they want me to acknowledge the name William or Bill. Sue, I really, really think you need to think a bit more laterally here, my sweetheart, because I really do feel it's around you. Julie says, Brother William. Yeah, William, but Bill is short for William. So where's this September connection, 9th of a month connection, Air Force connection, and the CH connection? Dawn says to me, oh, none of that's for me. And then she goes, oh, my grandmother was Carolyn. Her dad was an American Air Force. My granddad was Bill and William. Well, duh. Duh. And guess what day it is, Dawn? What's the day? What's today's date? Dawn? Hello? Wiki, wiki, wiki. American Independence Day. Very big. Either they won't be. This is where you hear me say, not my information, don't get involved. Not my information, don't get involved. This is where it goes sometimes a bit weird. So they're either telling me to talk about the apple as being significant, or there's something about apples they're trying to bring to my attention. Either they were well known for an apple tree or apples, or you've just got an apple tree. I don't know, but there's a connection here that I've got to talk about apples for. No, the fact that you said that he was in the American Air Force today would be a reasoning why he would come through. That's what I'm saying, Dawn, being that it's American Independence Day. Huge for the United States. All right, Mr. Shadow, Mr. Storm. Right. Didn't I tell you I thought I was with you? We planted an apple tree for Emma, our daughter. Hello? What, 6 minutes ago I said, I really think I'm with you, Sue. So there is definitely an Air Force connection in your family, my darling. There's either a father, grandfather figure that's connected to the Air Force with you. And also, I would say there's a connection to a healing or healthcare in some way. That's what the Red Cross means. I bought 500 fruit trees for my 50th birthday this year. Did you? 500? My God, that's an orchard. You got to have some land to be able to grow those buggers. Ladies and gentlemen of the world, we've come to the end of the show. I didn't even get my advertising in the middle of it. We are now connected to the Quiet Corner, which is going to be a global consortium to helping people who are suffering with cancer and other illnesses. And you'll hear more about that as the weeks and months go on. Next Monday, I will be back on Monday night at 8 p.m. for Next Level Psychic. Please don't miss that. It's great fun. Come and make sure that you join me. And on Wednesday of next week is a seminar for those who are members on Patreon. So if you are going to be connected next Wednesday, it's Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. and meet your guides. Do not miss. All from seed. By the time they are big enough, I'll be too old to worry. Kat says, great show, Paul. Thank you. Thank you. It's only a great show because you guys are here. Paul, thank you so much. So very appreciated. You are all very, very, very welcome. If you haven't as yet, click the like button. Please, please, please. It's really vital. Smash the like button and make sure that you share the show. And if you haven't as yet connected to my Patreon channel, as you can see coming along the bottom here, go across there now and sign up for at least the bronze level, which is only the price of a cup of coffee a month. Okay. And you won't miss out on next Wednesday's Meet Your Guides seminar. All righty. All y'all, thank you so very, very, very much. You guys just make my week in, week out. Communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life so a medium never has to do it for you. What does that mean? It means the people in your life that are important to you, tell them they're important to you. Okay? Appreciate having them in your life and everything you do have. Then validate it by telling them that. Guys, every day, without fail, we tell each other in this house we love each other. Without fail. Take a very, very minimum 15 minutes out of every day. Minimum of 15 minutes out of every day just for yourself. Okay? Communicate, appreciate, and validate, and make sure that happens. All right? And then take time out for yourself and just rest and let your mind go. Don't think of anything. Just connect to the earth, connect to the skies, and let go. And if you were part of my seminar week before last, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Good night. God bless. Thank you for being here. Please help me get this up over 1,000 in YouTube by inviting your friends and your family to come and join, and at very least sign up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all free of charge, and then Get them to hit the little bell icon so they don't miss any shows in the future. And let's make this work. Let's do it together. See you all Monday night. Have a fantastic weekend. It's Maya's birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to be pretty much out of it from first thing in the morning to last thing at night. Good night. God bless. See you soon. But if any questions, I nearly before I said this, if you've got any questions and you want to put them to me, try and get them to me tonight. If you don't get them to me tonight, don't worry. I will get back to looking at them on Saturday, this coming weekend. Like I say, I'll do my best, but tomorrow I'm going to be out of it, as I'm sure you can understand. So, see you all soon. Good night. God bless.